Evening viewers, so today's video is about what to expect when the borders are opening in Mauritius, 1 October. We're very excited, the whole of Mauritius is excited to welcome back visitors as well as tourists. The island's been 16 months without tourists, so you can understand how important it is to our economy. And I think everyone's gearing up. You can feel the excitement in the air. We supply hotels products, so they're phoning us to get stocked up and get all their things serviced. And so the pressure's on. We're ready to welcome you guys. And today I'm going to chat about what you guys can expect as tourists or as visitors visiting the island. And I'm going to talk you through some of the frequently asked questions, just to put your mind at ease from step by step as when you arrive and what you can expect. Okay, so who can travel to Mauritius? So all countries are open. South Africa has been taken off the ban list, so any people from any countries can visit. You do have two categories. You have vaccinated and unvaccinated. So if you have been vaccinated, you need to be fully vaccinated and you have to have the registered and known vaccine. So you need to bring your medical card. On the plane, you'll do a medical form. And you have to have give them notification of where you're going to be staying. So if your test at the airport comes back positive, they know where to find you. So all countries are allowed, even unvaccinated people are allowed, yet you have to do that 72-hour PCR test before, and you will need to book, if you're unvaccinated, into a quarantine hotel where you'll need to stay in that hotel in your room for 14 days. So that's important to know. Vaccinated people can come in and they can move around freely. Okay, so what does fully vaccinated mean? Fully vaccinated means that you have had your second dose 14 days before you arrive in Mauritius. Or if it's a single dose Johnson & Johnson, that it has to have been administered 28 days before you arrive. So that's what the Mauritian government class as fully vaccinated. Children under the age of 18 do not have to be vaccinated. Okay, do you have to take a PCR test when arriving in Mauritius? Okay, so the law is standard. 72 hours before embarkation, you have to have a negative PCR test to enter Mauritius. If you're staying in a hotel, the PCR test will not be done at the airport when on arriving, but it'll be done at the hotel. And if you're staying at a guest house or you're returning to a friend's house or anything, you have to do a PCR test at the airport. Can I travel to Mauritius unvaccinated? Yes, you can. So same discipline is that you need to have a 72-hour PCR test before embarkation, that you are COVID negative, and then you need to book a quarantine hotel for 14 days. In that 14 days, you need to include all your meals and all your transfers from the airport. In those 14 days, you're not allowed to leave your hotel room. You'll have a PCR test on day 0, day 7, day 14. After you've been cleared on day 14, you can leave the hotel and move around the island freely. What vaccines have been approved? Okay, so you've got AstraZeneca, I'm reading off there, Covishield, Vaxzevria, Covaxin, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer Biotech vaccine, Sinopharm, Sputnik, Sinovac. Those are all the approved coronavirus vaccines for Mauritius. Okay, so if you've had the virus, what's the story? So the story is this. So if you've had the virus, you need a medical certificate stating that you've had the virus, and that 14 days before you're arriving here, you've had the first dose of a vaccine. And no, there won't be any medical passports, digital medical passports available. So when traveling into the country, the best is to keep your vaccination card and show that on entry. Okay, so the big question, what happens if you test positive while you're in the hotel? Well, this is the story. You will be sent to an isolation part of the hotel. It will be a separate room. So you'll be in isolation for 10 days. And if you are ill in that time, you will be moved to a private or government hospital facility of your choice. And that's why it's important that you have medical insurance and the pandemic insurance. This is specifically taken out with providers from your country of origin, and I'll go into that in a bit more detail. So now you have family, I test positive, they put me into self-isolation for 10 days, they then put the rest of my family in that room into self-isolation, they test them after 5 days. After 5 days, if they come back negative, your family is allowed to carry on moving around the resort, and then you have to stay in quarantine. After that 10th day, they test you. If you come back negative, then you're allowed back out in the hotel. So that's the story. Okay, so do you need health cover to enter Mauritius? You do. So with the pandemic, there's specialized insurance companies out there in case anything goes wrong. So you have to have specialized medical cover to come into the country. That's going to be checked when you come in through customs. There's also an option of if you do get ill and you want to leave the country, there's a special health corridor that they've started at the airport, where say you day 5 into your hotel and you get sick and you don't want to stay in quarantine here, you can climb on a plane and take the health corridor back home. So yes, insurance is required. This is an important part of travel insurance, but this is specific pandemic insurance that you need to take out with the insurance provider. So you have to do that. Okay, so what can you look forward to? You can look forward to a beautiful island waiting for you guys to come enjoy it. So the hotels are excited to receive you. Great food, great people, beautiful beaches, beautiful sea that's been untouched for 16 months. So that's what there is to look forward to. Everyone wants to travel. We all want a holiday. I know I do personally. So yeah, come enjoy your break, enjoy your time, and just enjoy what Mauritius has to offer. So come here and we look forward to welcoming you. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, and see you next Friday. Ciao guys, bye.